All right, let's dive right into this explainer. Today, we're talking about a massive, completely invisible infrastructure that literally every single one of us relies on daily, and the absolutely mind-bending quantum technology that's gearing up to replace it. We are talking about the future of navigation.
I want you to think about something real quick. What actually happens if GPS just disappears tomorrow? Imagine if our planes, our cargo ships, military platforms, and yes, even our smartphones just suddenly lost their precise location data. The reality is, a lot of operators right now have to plan under the assumption that the Global Positioning System, or GPS, can and will be disrupted. Whether it's from localized jamming, malicious spoofing, or even space-based attacks, the threat of losing GPS is very real. So the big question is, how do we navigate when the sky goes dark?
We've got a lot of complex ground to cover today. Here's a quick look at our agenda. 1. The fragility of GPS. 2. Enter quantum sensing. 3. Navigating with atoms. 4. Real-world quantum tests. And 5. Challenges and the future. We'll be moving sequentially, starting with the vulnerabilities of our current satellite systems, zooming all the way down into the microscopic physics that will solve these problems, and then looking at where this tech is being tested out in the real world right now.
Section 1. The fragility of GPS, the vulnerability in the sky. To understand why we need a totally new system, you kind of have to look at the one we have now. GPS is essentially a network of 31 US-owned satellites orbiting 20,000 kilometers away from Earth. Because they are just so incredibly far away, the radio wave signals they transmit down to us are surprisingly weak. In fact, you actually need undisrupted signals from 4 of these satellites at the exact same time just to find your dot on a map.
Now, because those signals are so incredibly weak, they're surprisingly easy to mess with. There's a really vital distinction here between jamming and spoofing. Jamming is basically someone turning up a giant terrestrial radio frequency transmitter to scream over the GPS signals, completely overpowering them with noise. Spoofing, though, is a lot more sinister. That involves feeding fake signals to a receiver, so a vehicle actually thinks it's somewhere it's not. And these are definitely not just theoretical threats. In modern conflicts like in Ukraine, GPS denial tactics have reportedly rendered highly advanced satellite-guided weapons like Excalibur shells and JDAM-ER missiles totally ineffective. But even without deliberate electronic warfare, GPS just has some pretty serious physical limits. Those weak signals from space, they're easily blocked by dense city buildings or thick foliage. They completely fail the second you go deep underwater or underground. Plus, because these constellations are floating up in space, they're inherently vulnerable to anti-satellite weapons. And on a geopolitical level, these networks are controlled by specific nation-states, which means access can easily be restricted or denied during times of global tension.
Section 2. Enter quantum sensing, the microscopic hero. This brings us to a massive pivot. To solve a huge problem occurring 20,000 kilometers up in space, scientists and engineers are looking at something incredibly microscopically small. Let's enter the world of quantum sensing. Quantum sensing completely shifts our reliance away from space-based satellites and zooms way in on atomic-level physics. To put it in beginner-friendly terms, quantum sensors exploit the highly stable natural properties of ultra-cold particles to measure things like time, gravity, and electromagnetic fields with extreme precision. Unlike a physical, machined part in a regular sensor, atoms are the exact same everywhere in the universe. They literally suffer zero wear and tear. This absolute purity means there is virtually zero drift in their measurements over time. Section 3. Navigating with atoms, the science of quantum inertial navigation. So the crucial point now is how we actually use these perfect little atoms to navigate a moving vehicle, especially when we don't have any external satellite signals at all. Let's look at the actual science here.
This whole process relies on a wild technique called atom interferometry. Basically, we're treating atoms not just as particles, but as tiny waves. First, lasers cool a cloud of atoms to near absolute zero, effectively slowing them down and trapping them. Then another laser pulse hits that cloud, splitting each atomic wave into 2 separate paths. In quantum mechanics, this means the atom exists simultaneously in 2 different locations. We call that a state of superposition. As the vehicle moves, accelerates, or rotates, external forces cause really subtle changes in those separated waves. Finally, a laser recombines the waves. And when those separated atomic waves recombine, they create this incredibly precise waveform fingerprint. By analyzing that specific pattern, the sensor knows exactly how much the vehicle has accelerated or rotated. Because atoms are virtually immune to fatigue, this quantum fingerprint delivers an unprecedented level of precision.
It allows the system to calculate its exact movement and position over incredibly long periods without ever needing to check in with a GPS satellite. If you put these two systems side by side, the contrast is just staggering. Traditional GPS is highly reliant on external signals, making it extremely vulnerable to jamming and spoofing, and it's completely useless underwater. But quantum navigation, or QINS, it is entirely self-contained. It's completely passive. It doesn't emit any signals to be detected. It requires zero external signals to function, meaning its jamming and spoofing risk is literally zero. And yes, it works perfectly deep underwater.
Moving on to Section 4. Real-world quantum tests, getting out of the lab and into the field. Let's see how this builds from pure science fiction into a very tangible reality. This tech isn't just theoretical anymore. It's attracting massive venture capital and intense military interest, moving rapidly out of the lab and straight into the field.
Just look at the timeline here. You can really see the real-world momentum. In May 2024, the UK government successfully tested a quantum inertial navigation system on a commercial aircraft, proving you can track location independent of satellites. That exact same year, Boeing ran a GPS-free flight test using a quantum unit from a company called AAO Sense. And moving into April 2025, an Australian software company called Q-Control introduced the Ironstone Opal. It's a compact quantum navigation system that leverages advanced sensors and AI to provide up to 50 times greater accuracy than traditional GPS backup systems. To put this into perspective, look at this metric promised by QCTRL's system: 1 mile of accuracy for 1,000 hours of operation. Seriously, think about that. That is over a month of highly accurate, completely GPS-free navigation. That is roughly 10 times longer than the strategic-grade systems currently relied upon by advanced military submarines right now.
So, because of this massive leap in capability, several industries are set to be transformed first. Submarines and naval vessels are a huge one. They'll be able to undertake much longer patrols without ever having to surface for a GPS fix. Commercial aviation is going to gain a critical, totally unjammable backup system. NASA is actually already preparing the first inertial navigation systems of this type for their deep space Moon to Mars missions. And eventually, as the tech scales, we're going to see this powering autonomous vehicles and entire smart cities.
All right, Section 5, Challenges and the Future, the reality check. Look, before we get way too ahead of ourselves and start expecting quantum sensors in our smartphones by next week, we need to have a reality check. There are some significant engineering hurdles standing in the way of widespread adoption.
The biggest hurdle comes down to an engineering metric called SWaP-C. That stands for size, weight, power, and cost. It's basically the ultimate test to determine if a new technology is actually fieldable. While quantum sensors are absolutely incredible in a perfectly still, isolated laboratory, their performance degrades the second you put them on a vibrating, moving vehicle filled with electrical and magnetic noise. Overcoming those environmental interferes is exactly what major initiatives like DARPA's new ROCKS program are actively trying to solve right now.
And let's be honest about the size of these things right now. Currently, a space-qualified quantum classical navigation system has the physical footprint of a standard refrigerator. So yeah, no way that's fitting in your pocket anytime soon. However, the pace of innovation here is rapid, and developers actually expect these systems to shrink to less than a quarter of that size very soon, eventually scaling down even further.
The immediate future isn't actually about completely throwing away our old sensors, but rather fusing them together. Xavier Orr, the CEO of Advanced Navigation, puts it perfectly. Classical quantum sensing has given us a fantastic opportunity to fuse the quantum and physical worlds and deliver a revolutionary INS. See, classical sensors have great bandwidth, while quantum sensors have perfect stability. By using highly sophisticated AI neural networks, we can converge the data from both, strip out the noise, and deliver a revolutionary, drift-free system.
So when does this actually become an everyday reality? 2030 is the big year to watch. According to the UK's National Quantum Strategy, that's the year they expect quantum inertial navigation systems to become a standard feature in commercial aircraft. We are talking about a fundamental shift in our global infrastructure that is literally less than a decade away.
I want to leave you with this final provocative thought. For decades, our global navigation has been inherently tied to space, essentially controlled by the few nation-states that own those satellites. But what happens when we finally sever that reliance? When vehicles can navigate perfectly using the fundamental quantum properties of the universe, all completely contained within their own hull, who controls the future then? It's a massive geopolitical and economic shift just waiting on the horizon. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and I hope it sparked your curiosity about where the quantum world is taking us next.